We are going to be reviewing Unit 5. We are reviewing Unit 5, which is called System of Equations. We are basically dealing with two equations, and we are able to solve it by three different ways. We can graph it and find the intersection. We can solve it by substitution, step 1, step 2, step 3. Or we can solve it by combination, when we combine two equations and we want the x's or y's to cancel. But let's go and start with problem number 1. On problem number 1, they are giving you two equations. The equations are equations of lines. So we're going to graph the first line, we are going to graph the second line, and if they cross on a specific point, your answer will be either A or B. If they happen to be parallel, they have the same slope, then they won't have a solution because they won't intersect, so your answer will be C. And if they happen to be the same line, basically one line on top of the other, your answer will be D, infinite number of solutions. But for now, let's go through problem number 1. Let's go and graph each of the equations in here. First, I'm going to highlight my y-intercept, negative 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And my slope is negative 2. I need to make it into a fraction, negative 2 over 1. So therefore, I'm going to go down 2. Even though there's no more space, I'm going to go and create the space. 1, 2, and over 1. Or I can do the opposite. 1, 2, and over 1. Again, 1, 2, and over 1. Again, 1, 2, and over 1. Again, 1, 2, and over 1. 1, 2, and over 1. I'm going to go and use my ID to make a straight line and make my graph through all the way through the graph, arrows on both sides. Now I'm going to go and graph the second equation. My y-intercept is 3. 1, 2, 3. My slope is 2. I need to make it into a fraction, 2 over 1. So I'm going to go up 2 and over 1. Or I can do the opposite. Down 2 and over 1. Down 2 and over 1. Down 2 over 1. Down 2 over 1. And if you notice, you should have noticed that this is where they intersect. As soon as you go down 2 and over 1, down 2 and over 1, you'll notice. My intersection is a point at negative 2 and down 1. And therefore, my answer is letter B. Example number 2. On example number 2, I'm going to go ahead and solve it by substitution, algebraically. I'm going to do step 1, step 2, step 3. And I'm doing that because the y is already by itself, which is 2x. So step 1 is done for you. So I'm going to go to step 2. I'm going to plug in this into the other equation, the one I haven't used yet, which is negative 4y minus 4x equal to 12. This is the value of y, so therefore my 2x will go instead of the y. I prefer to set it up first before I plug it in. So 4y minus 4x equal to 12. And instead of the y, I'm going to replace it with its value, which is 2x. From there, I'm going to simplify and then solve. That gives me negative 8x minus 4x equal to 12. Combine like terms. Negative 12x, same sign, you add, keep the sign of the bigger number. And divide by negative 12. The 12's cancel, the negatives cancel. So therefore, x is equal to negative 1. Let me just go and quit out of this. Ignore this. I found my x value. Now notice that they're giving you the y values. Your solution will be the intersection of those two lines. It's going to be a point. Your x value is -1. Now we need to find the y value. And I'm going to find the y value by plugging it back into the first equation. And that's what we call step 3. Y equal to 2x. But now instead of the x, I'm going to replace the value of x, which is -1. Y is equal to 2 multiplied by -1. So y is equal to -2. And notice that they only give you the y value, so therefore your answer is letter A. But you must go through this process. You need to find the x and then the y. Problem number 3. On problem number 3, I'm going to use combination. Just because they're lined up, you have your x's, your y's, your equal sign, and then your number. And the purpose of combination is that you want to cancel your x's or y's. And if you notice, right now, your x's cancel because one of them is positive, the other one negative, and they have the same number. So 4x minus 4x is 0, or they cancel out. So we just have 8y plus 1y will give me 9y. 24 minus 6 is 18. Divide by 9, divide by 9. The 9's cancel, so y is equal to 2. This is the x, and this is the y. So the y value is 2, so A cannot be an answer, B is fine, C is fine, D cannot be an answer. So we just need to be able to find the value of x. So find x. To find x, you're going to plug in your y into the first or second equation. It doesn't matter. It gives you the same value. Let me just use the first equation. For x plus 8y equal to 24. The y value is 2, so I'm going to replace it here. For x plus 8, instead of the y will be a 2 equal to 24. Simplify. And from there, I'm just going to solve. We have a simple equation. Move the 16 to the right, becomes a -16. So therefore, 4x is equal to 24 minus 16 will give me 8. Now I can divide by 4, divide by 4. 4's cancel, x is equal to 2. So therefore, my x value is 2, so my answer is letter C. My intersection is going to be a point. X value is 2, y value is 2. But in this case, my answer is C. Problem number 4. On problem number 4, once again, they're lined up. You have your x's, your y's, your equal sign, and then the number. So therefore, I'm going to do it by combination. I want to cancel the x's or the y's. Sometimes one of them is easier to cancel than the others. In this case, if I notice, I can cancel the x's. I look at the smaller number, which is the 4. Can I multiply the 4 to make it into an 8? Yes, I can multiply by 2. But they have the same sign. I need them to have different signs. So therefore, I want to multiply by -2. Multiply each of the numbers. That gives me positive 8x, positive 10y, -12. Many of you guys are going to, some of you guys will forget to multiply the 6. The second equation will stay exactly the same. So therefore, our x's cancel. But the y's also cancel, and the numbers as well. So therefore, we have 0 equal to 0. You need to decide, when your x's and y's cancel, you need to decide if the statement that you have is true or false. In this case, this is true. So that means that you have many solutions. Infinitely many solutions. You answer C. Sometimes you'll find out that they'll say that the lines are identical. because they happen to be the same line. Basically, you have one line on top of the other. And that's why you have many solutions. Solutions are throughout. Problem number 5. On problem number 5, I need to solve for x. I still have a system of equations. So I want to be able to decide whether I want to do it by combination or by substitution. If you want to do it by substitution, you can because there's a variable by itself. But most of the time I prefer to do it by combination. Since they are lined up, only if they're lined up, the x's, the y's, the equal sign, and then the number. I want to cancel the x's or the y's. I'm going to cancel the x's. I look at the smaller number, which is the 2. Can I multiply the 2 to make it a 4? Yes, I can multiply by 2. But they have the same sign. I want them to have different signs, so I'm going to multiply by negative 2. My first equation will stay exactly the same. 4x plus 3y equal to negative 1. Second one multiplied by negative 2. Each of the numbers. Negative 4x minus 2y. Negative times negative is a positive 10. My x's cancel each other out since they have the same number and different signs. This is 1y equal to negative 1 plus 10 is 9. So therefore the y value is 9. Don't worry, if you still have a 1 in there, we don't need the 1, so we can just have y equal to 9. I need to find the x value. So you get to decide whether you want to plug in this 9 inside the first equation or second equation. It doesn't matter, you get the same answer. So I'm going to plug into the first equation. I'm going to find y. We have 4x plus 3y equal to negative 1. But instead of the y, I'm going to replace it with a 9. 4x plus 3y equal to negative 1. And solve it. Plus 27 equal to negative 1. Leave the x by itself, so I'm going to move my 27 to the right because it's negative 27. So therefore we have 4x equal to negative 28. Divide by 4 on both sides, so therefore x equal to negative 7. So therefore your answer is letter B. Problem number 10. On problem number 10, we have a word problem. It says, the school that Mary attends sold 16 tickets for a choral performance. Student tickets pay $13, so we have 16 tickets total. Students pay 13 and adults only pay 7. I know, what would they charge adults for? But if they only sold a total of 154 tickets, $154, how many student tickets did they sell? So money. Our first equation will be amount of money. Student tickets paid $13. Students paid $13. So it'll be 13. I'm going to use X for the students. And notice I label it. Plus adults are 7. 7Y. So Y will be for adults. This is money. This is money. This equation should be money as well. So it'll be total 154. Second equation will be how many items did you sell? So it'll be X plus Y equal to how many tickets were sold? 16. And now you need to decide whether you want to cancel your X's or your Y's. Now if you want to do it by substitution, step 1, step 2, step 3, you can do that as well and you'll get the same answer. In this case, I'm going to cancel the Y's because that's a smaller number. So what do I need to multiply the 1 to make it into a 7? I can multiply by 7. I want them to have different signs, so I'm going to multiply by negative 7. The first equation says the same. Second equation, negative 7x, negative 7y, and 7 times 16. 16 times 7. 43, carry 4. 7 plus 4 is 11. So 113. Negative times a positive is a negative. So just be careful. That cancels. That gives you 4x is equal to 1, 4. So 4x equal to 4 doesn't go into 41, right? So I made a mistake. Do you guys see my mistake? Correct. 6 times 7 is 42, not 43. So subtract gives me, and I did make another mistake, right? 13 minus 6x. So there you go. That'll be 13 minus 7 is 13 minus 7 is 6x, divided by equal to 42. Divide by 6, divide by 6, x is equal to 7. So just be careful with your multiplication and subtraction. You know that you should end up with an even number, with a number. If you end up with a decimal, you know that you did something wrong, so you just need to go back and fix it. And now, 7 corresponds to the number of students. And that's what they're asking you for, so the answer is letter C. Number 7, solve. We have an equation, and this is the one that sometimes you guys make a small mistake at the very beginning. I need to leave the x by itself. I need to get rid of the 5, the 3, and the negative 6. So first, move the negative 6 to the right, becomes a positive 6. You have 5 over 3x equal to negative 2. Next, I want to get rid of the 3. It's dividing, so I'm going to multiply by 3 on both sides. The 3's cancel, so 5x equal to negative 6. And the last step will be just to divide by 5, divide by 5. X is equal to negative 6 over 5. So therefore your answer is letter A. Problem number 8. On problem number 8, Justina has a total of 17 coins that consist of nickels. So you have 17 coins that are made up of nickels and dimes. If the total value of coins is $1.10, which system of equations below could help her find the number of nickels? So in this one, instead of money, 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 will be pennies, pennies, pennies. How many pennies in each nickel? 5. How many pennies in each dime? 10. So that'll be 5n plus 10d equal to, how many pennies do you have total? Pennies, pennies, pennies. We have $1.10, which will be 110. So that's it. That's not correct. That one's fine, but that's not correct. That one's fine, this one's fine, and that one's fine. Second equation will be the number of coins that you have. So therefore your answer is letter B. Notice that you don't have to solve it, you just need to be able to select the correct system. Number 9. Write the equation of the line in slope-intercept form. They tell you that the y-intercept is 8 and the slope is negative 9. Whenever they give you the y-intercept, this is your B. And the slope is your M. So therefore, we're going to use the slope-intercept form, y equal to mx plus b. Your slope is negative 9. Your b is 8 and it's positive. Just be careful because they all look very similar. So therefore, your answer is letter B. Number 10. Write the equation of the horizontal line passing through the point 1, negative 2. 1, negative 2. This is x, this is y. When you see the horizontal line, that should drive you to, remember, very happy, very, very happy. Horizontal line, so therefore the equation is y equal to negative 2. Horizontal lines is the horizon, and horizontal lines cross the y-axis. In this case, it's going to cross at negative 2. Number 11. Which of the following are equations of the line that has a slope of negative 3 So they tell you that the slope, which is your m, is -3, and it goes through the point. If they give you a point, you must use y box equal to mx box. This is your x, and this is your y. So I'm plugging the -5 in here. Becomes the opposite whenever you plug into the box due to the equation. That's your 7, that'll be a -7. And your slope will be the m. So let's rewrite it. Y plus 5 equal to -3x minus 7. So your answer is letter A. But once you simplify, you'll find your other answer. So draw the line, distributive property, y plus 5 equal to -3x plus 21. Move the 5 to the right, it's a positive, we can say -5. Y equal to -3x plus 16. So therefore your second answer is letter C. For problem number 12, very similar, but in this case they give you 2 points. So I need to find the equation line once again, but now I'll pass it through those 2 points. So as soon as they give you a point, you should know that we need to use this equation, the point slope form. And I'm going to use the first point. This is my x, this is my y. My y is 9, so it goes in -9. My x is 1, we can say +1. I don't have my slope, so I'm going to have to find my slope. Remember, your slope is the difference of the y's over the difference of your x's. So it'll be 9 minus -3, this becomes a +3. -1 minus -7, this becomes, second number becomes the opposite, +7. So it gives me 12, 6, which is 2. So therefore my slope is 2. On the previous problem, they give you the slope. In this one, you need to find it. Distributive property. And I just leave the y by itself, move the 9 to the right, we can say +9. So therefore your answer is letter B. Number 13, write in slope-intercept form. So notice, sometimes you need to guide yourself through the answers to know what you need to do. Slope-intercept form is whenever it's in the form of y equal to mx plus b. So therefore I just need to leave the y by itself. Move the 7x to the right, becomes a +7x. So we have 3y equal to, first make sure to write down your x first, then your number. Divide by 3, divide by 3, divide by 3. The 3's cancel, y equal to 7 over 3x minus 4. So therefore your answer is letter D. And just be very careful because sometimes I know they look very similar. Sometimes I'll see the correct answer here, but you might circle the incorrect answer over here. Be careful. Number 14. Write the equation of the line shown in the graph below. First, I'm going to highlight my y-axis. Where does it cross the y-axis? It crosses at -3. So I know that one's wrong, that one's fine, that one's fine, that one's wrong. So your answer is not A and it's not D. My slope, positive or negative? If I write the word slope, my slope is positive. So it cannot be C. It has to be B. And if you find your slope, this is the point that crosses, not here, not here, not here, it's right here. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, and over 1, which is 4. which is 4. Number 15. You have $15 in the bank and you save 3 every month. This is where you have a one-time fee and a fee that repeats over and over again, or an amount that repeats over and over again. How long will it take you to save $39? Now, some of you guys are able to do it logically, and you can if you want. Otherwise, we can set up an equation. Which is the one that repeats over and over again? The 15 or the 3 every month? The 3 every month. So it'll be 3m plus your initial amount, which is 15. Y equal to. How long will it take you to have $39? Will the 39 go into the m or into the y? Into the y. So it'll be 39 equal to 3m plus 15. And from there, we just solve it. Move the 15 to the left, becomes a negative 15. And I solve it, so it gives me 24 is equal to 3m. Divide by 3. Divide by 3, divide by 3. So m is equal to 8. So your answer is B. And the last question. The dance at the school was last Friday. The tickets were $2 a piece if they were bought in advance. No, that is not the bell for you guys. Sorry to break it for you guys. The bell's not yours. So let's finish the last problem, and then you guys can start on your homework. The dance at school was last Friday. The tickets were sold $2 a piece if they were bought in advance. So $2 a piece if they were in advance. At the door tickets cost $4. A total of 220 tickets were sold, and tickets sold were total $800. Money, money, money. We have two items. We have advance tickets and door tickets. Advance tickets, I must label them as X, and door tickets, I must label them as Y. So therefore, it'll be 2X plus the door tickets are $4, so 4Y. Money, money, money. If this is money, this should be money, and we're looking for the money amount as well, which will be 800. Second equation will be how many tickets were sold, or how many items. So it'll be X plus Y is equal to 220. And now I want to be able to solve for X or for Y. I'm not going to cancel the X's, since it seems to be easier. There's a 1 in here. So what do I need to multiply 1 to make it a 2? By 2. But since they have the same sign, I'm going to multiply by negative 2. My first equation will stay exactly the same. 2x plus 4y equal to 800. My second one multiplied by negative 2x, by negative 2, by negative 2, by negative 2, that'll be negative 4, 4, 0. The x's cancel. So I have 2y. What's 800 minus 800? Minus 440. 0. 0 minus 4 you cancel. Borrow 1 from the 8 becomes a 7, and this becomes a 10. 10 minus 4 is 6. 7 minus 4 is 3. 360. Keep the sign of the bigger number, which is at 800. Last, divide by 2. Divide by 2. 36 divided by 2 is 18. So 18 and a 0. So therefore your answer, that's your Y. That's the door tickets. That's 800, 180. If there were 180 door tickets, how many advance tickets? You have a total of 220. So 220 minus 180, your X value should be 40. Since when you add them together, it gives you 220. So therefore your answer is letter C. It is important that you guys find your X and your Y before you answer the question. And that way you are making sure that you're not rushing through the process. So this is your classwork. Now, whenever you guys are working on your homework, notice that your homework problems are very similar. So as you guys are working through problem number 1, you have this to guide you through the process. On your homework, as you work into problem number 2, they're very similar. Different numbers, but same process and same thing. So as you're working through your homework, look at your classwork to guide yourself through it. This is due next time, and I'll see you guys then. Have a great day.